The teenager is used to fighting at home. He fights every day with his father. So why shouldn't he fight with his teacher? The teenager challenges the teacher with his ludicrous proposal. And instead of resistance, the teacher, in his dry-witted way, nods and says, "Well, that makes a certain sense. You've convinced me already." And he allows the teenager to write his persuasive speech about the appeal of biking to the inner mantle of the earth. Now, I want to stop here and explain what just happened. What just happened was that a rebellious and angry teenager, who could very well have become an ever more angry teenager capable of real harm, has had his rebellion embraced and redirected into something like art. If the teacher had fought him on this, the teenager would have fought harder, and would have seen this slight as yet another reason the world was an unforgiving and unlistening place. The anger of any teenage boy multiplies quickly and can exact a terrible price. Instead, the teacher, being a man of great tolerance with a writer's heart and with a sense of humor, with acceptance instead of resistance, validated the young man's strangest notions, and the young man wrote the hell out of that bike trip speech and got an A-. He was heard. He was validated. Okay. The teenager's next speech is about how humanity needs to beware of the coming sheep apocalypse, that is, a situation whereby sheep, which have been lulling us into a false sense of complacency, take over the world. This is true. This is a true story. Again, the teacher accepts this proposal as an appropriate enough interpretation of the assignment and use of the English language, loudly implying that the interests of his students, no matter how bizarre, have to be accepted, that ideas are anarchic things, and that though the ideas can be anarchic, the form can be tamed, that even if the speech is about world-conquering sheep, if it's done well, it's valid and deserving of attention and dignity. The teenager delivers his sheep speech, laughs through half of it, but still gets an A-. The last speech the teenager makes that semester is not a goofy one. It is about how we need to focus on the positive, that sometimes some dark obstacle, it could be a giant spherical zit on one's nose, it could be domestic strife, it could be anything, can obscure all the good in the world, that we need to look around and look past these obstacles and seek out beauty, seek out grace. It is a corny speech. It has no edge. But somehow in the course of the semester the young man has lost that edge, or has found a way to direct it. And because his writing has been validated by his teacher, he and a friend who also loves Monty Python, so much that this friend has adopted a British accent while living in suburban Chicago, together begin writing a column in the school newspaper called, "And Now for a Bit of Fun." It is absurdist and nonsensical, but they labor over every word. 10 drafts, 15 drafts, hoping that the speech teacher will like it. This newspaper column leads to the teenager's being asked to write for the school yearbook, which he does, and working on the yearbook leads to his joining the literary magazine, which has exactly 4 members, who all soon graduate and cede the magazine to him and another friend, the other foot odor friend. Together, the 2 young men with the school's worst foot odor problem take over the literary magazine. Is this justice? Sign of the apocalypse? Not the sheep one, but some other, more frightening version? In any case, between all these projects, the teenager suddenly has a home. He has a tribe, and the tribe has elders. These elders are the school's English faculty, and they are held in a certain awe, because they know everything the tribe wants to know. They are a mysterious and holy sect, now seen by the teenager and his literary magazine friends as their clerics and guides. There is the literary magazine teacher-advisor, Mrs. Lowy, who is getting on in years and has trouble with stairs, but who nonetheless insists on keeping her third-floor classroom because it's full of light and her paintings. She teaches the teenager everything about writing and editing fiction and poetry, and introduces him to the unparalleled joy in publishing. Every day she climbs the stairs, slowly, so slowly, going higher, toward the light, and the tribe follows. And in that third-floor atelier, they edit, and write, and assemble, and laugh, and feel like their tiny literary magazine is very...